Every new snowmobiler hits this crossroad. Do you drop $100 on a jacket that kind of works? Or spend $400 on something like the Klim Storm or FXR Helium and hope it's worth it? Because here's the truth. Both will keep you warm at first, but only one keeps you dry, breathing easy, and actually enjoying the ride when things get brutal. So today, we're putting cheap versus premium snowmobile jackets to the test. We'll break down what your money really buys, from materials and insulation to vents, zippers, and the small details that matter when you're 40 miles deep in the backcountry. If you're just getting into the sport or upgrading your setup this season, watch this before you waste your cash. What you feel the moment you put it on. You can tell right away. That cheap $100 jacket, it feels like a winter coat. Bulky, stiff, and the insulation's packed in weird spots. Warm in the parking lot, freezing on the trail. Now, put on something like the FXR Helium or Klim Storm, and it's a totally different world. Lightweight, fitted, and built for movement. The material feels tougher, smoother. It doesn't crinkle when you move. You can tell this thing's designed for riding, not for walking your dog in the snow. And in between, there's a sweet spot. Jackets like the Polaris North Star, Castle X Polar, or 509 R200. They don't feel as refined as the premium gear, but they're solid upgrades. Better zippers, better collars, better feel. For most snowmobile riders, this is where comfort really starts. If you've ever stopped mid-ride and felt sweat freezing inside your jacket, you know what I'm talking about. Cheap gear traps heat. It doesn't breathe. Once it's wet inside, game over. High-end jackets fix that with ventilation. The Klim Storm, for example, has real pit zips and breathable Gore-Tex that dumps heat fast when you start working the sled. The FXR Helium uses a similar system. You open a vent, air flows, and suddenly you're not overheating anymore. Mid-range gear like the FXR Octane or Fly Racing SNX Pro is starting to get there. Decent venting, better materials, but it's still not as efficient when you're pushing hard. So yeah, cheap keeps you warm. Premium keeps you riding. How it moves with you. This one you really notice when you lean into a carve or throw your sled sideways. Cheap jackets are boxy. They fight your body. You feel the restriction every time you twist or stand. Premium gear, it moves with you. Pre-curved sleeves, stretch panels, and smart seam placement mean you barely feel the jacket at all. The Klim Storm feels like it's made for your riding stance, not like you're stuffed inside a trash bag. Even mid-range options like the Castle X Polar or 509 R200 have better articulation now. When the weather turns ugly, this is where cheap jackets finally wave the white flag. Once the snow gets heavy or wet, that fabric starts soaking through, and the cold creeps in fast. You can feel it in your sleeves, down your chest. It's brutal. Meanwhile, premium snowmobile jackets like the FXR Helium or Klim Storm are built to laugh that off. Fully taped seams, waterproof zippers, and legit outer shells that block wind and water all day long. And the mid-range gear? They'll hold up for casual trail rides. The Polaris North Star and Fly Racing SNX Pro both do well in light snow, but push into a storm, and they'll eventually give in. It's the line between good enough and bomb-proof. The long game. Here's where most people learn the hard way. That $100 jacket might last a season, maybe two if you baby it, but the fabric fades, zippers jam, seams split, and the insulation clumps up fast. The premium stuff? You're still using it 5 seasons later. Yeah, you'll pay more up front, but it doesn't fall apart. It holds warmth, stays waterproof, and still looks new after miles of abuse. Even those mid-range jackets, like the FXR Octane or 509 R200, they'll easily outlast the cheap ones, especially if you maintain them right. So if you're serious about riding, don't think short-term. Buy once, cry once. If you're looking for a solid snowmobile jacket this season, I've dropped links in the description to a few jackets I actually recommend. For the premium riders, check out the Klim Storm, Klim Climate, and the FXR Helium. If you want something mid-range that won't break the bank, the FXR Octane, 509 R200, Polaris North Star, Castle X Polar, and Fly Racing SNX Pro are all solid picks. Doesn't matter which one you choose. Just get something that keeps you dry, moving, and out there longer. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what you wear. It's about how far you ride.